To my family and friends, if you ever wonder why I oftentimes do not say thank you whenever you give me a compliment or whenever you give me some form of encouragement, if you ever wonder why I personally do not say thank you, it's very rare if you ever hear me say thank you, whether in person or through messages, is because Patrick Bet-David, who was a serial entrepreneur, investor, he taught me that be careful who you take compliments from. And not only who you take compliments from, but how you absorb these compliments. And let me give you an example. The reason why I personally do not like to say thank you to just anyone, or really not at all, is because for me, I find it that it keeps me humbled. And by it keeping me humbled, I mean, for example, me creating this YouTube channel, me creating other YouTube channels, me working on all of my other projects as well, my websites, whatever it is that I do. When you encourage me and tell me congratulations, I will say I appreciate it. I rarely will ever say thank you. And the reason behind it is because I want it to keep me humble in the process. If I say thank you now, am I going to become arrogant? Absolutely not. But I don't want to feed my mind, or I don't want to condition myself where it may not affect me now, but when something is consistent enough, things can become habitual. Things can influence you, especially when it comes to your mind, your heart. Back to what I was saying about Patrick Bet-David is in one of his keynote speeches, he talked about why he doesn't personally, when he goes home and his wife compliments him or his children compliment him, he doesn't say thank you. He says because he wants to separate his personal life and his professional life. So whatever happens at work, he doesn't take home with him those achievements. Yeah, does it feel good to have someone congratulate you or I don't want to say put you on a pedestal, but congratulate you or give you high praise for what it is you are doing? Yeah, it feels good. It feels good with anyone, right? But what doesn't feel good is when you let those achievements get to your head. When you let those achievements begin to influence your mind, the way you think. Marcus Aurelius, I believe it was Marcus Aurelius, don't get me, please don't quote me on this, but I believe it was Marcus Aurelius, where every time someone would praise him about his achievements, he hired somebody who would always whisper in the back of his ear, "You are just a man. You are just a man." Whenever people would congratulate him or give him high praise. And it helped Marcus Aurelius be humbled. It kept his heart pure. It kept his mind sharpened. And I wanted to make this video because a lot of the times, for me personally, whether it's with my mom, my siblings, my aunts, family, friends, whoever it may be, even acquaintances, people I don't even know. It could be complete strangers on social media as well, commenting on my page, on my social media pages. And if you really look or pay attention, it's 9 out of 10 times, 99% of the time, I don't say thank you. But I will say I appreciate it, because I do appreciate it. And the difference between, for me, is the difference between I appreciate it to thank you is when I say I appreciate it, I'm acknowledging that you are acknowledging my achievements. But when I say thank you, I'm acknowledging that I am not feeling my self-esteem. When I say I appreciate it, I'm acknowledging that you acknowledge what I did, and I move on with whatever it is I'm doing. But when I say thank you, I don't want it to become a lingerance in my mind. Like, you know what that person said about how amazing it is doing what it is you do? or how great it is for doing all these different things, I don't want to begin saying thank you, because if you begin to say thank you long enough, I feel like it can influence your ability to think. I feel like it can influence your core, I feel like it has the ability to influence your mind. And I don't want that. I try my best to stay humbled as much as possible, especially like me being who I am, is I want to be known for someone who was humbled, who lived with integrity, who was ambitious. Despite his challenges, he still found a way to keep going. And if I'm able to do these things and more, right, not only am I setting the bar high for anybody who looks up to me for a source of inspiration or motivation, but I inspire others to do the same. Be humble, lead with integrity, help others, smile, acknowledge other people. And for me, I would just love to be known as someone who not only shared what he knew, but was able to become some form of an influence where I helped you. Because the big picture is, then it becomes a domino effect. I help you, you help another. And it goes on and on and on. And to me, that's how we all create a massive positive change. I love you. I appreciate you. If you want to elevate your mindset, please go to becomethevictor.com and subscribe to the channel for more relevant related content. Much love.